Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 10. It's titled The Homewrecker and the Nervous Wreck. I don't know what they're talking about, but it's the season finale. Thank the Lord. And I want to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Let's get started. Okay, so the first couple is Indy and Harry. Okay, so we pick up where we left off. Indy's mother, Yolanda, kicked Harry out of her car. Now we see Yolanda on the phone with Indy discussing Harry being kicked out of the car. The next scene, we see Yolanda at Lydia's house with Indy. Indy is upset and she's pouting. She tells her mother that Harry called her and said that he is pissed at her because her mother dropped him off and abandoned him somewhere. Harry's a crybaby. Yeah, he's a crybaby. Indy drove with her child from Maryland to Ohio to be with him, and he cheats on her, then he abandons her. So now he knows what it feels like to be abandoned. Freaking crybaby. In her confessional, Indy said Harry is pissed because her mother left him somewhere all alone. Crybaby. Crybaby. She said Harry is embarrassed. So Yolanda tells Indy about the conversation she had with Harry. Her mother told her to come back home. She will throw her a spiritual divorce party and she will have her own place. That deal sounds sweet to me. She has no job, but she'll have her own place. I work hard to keep this roof over my head, okay? I work hard. But Indy tells her mother that she has moments of love and she feels like she will be abandoning him. This is what should be the title of the show. Abandonment. What's wrong with Indy? What is wrong with her? Harry has abandoned her. If she hasn't figured it out by now, he has left her. He violated his parole in order to get away from her, okay? She doesn't see that? He is now staying with his other sister because he doesn't want to be around her. He doesn't want to be with her. How come she doesn't see that? But no, she's still hanging on to this relationship by her fingernails. I love him. Anyway, the next scene, we see Indy packing and she's trying to call Harry. Harry's not answering the phone. Harry's probably still lost, wandering the streets, wondering, where the hell am I? What's going on? Anyway, Indy's little girl said, I can't believe we are finally going back to Maryland. And I think somebody told her to say that. We've seen this girl for this whole episode. She said about, what, 2 words? And now all of a sudden she has this long dialogue. Somebody told her to say that. Okay? Indy said she has to call Lydia and tell her she is leaving because Lydia is at a friend's house. Even Lydia left the house because she doesn't want to be around Indy. Lydia left her own house because she doesn't want to be around Indy. Wow. So Indy and the child is staying in the house all by themselves. No Harry, no Lydia. They're just there by themselves. In her confessional, Indy said she is leaving because it's clear that Harry doesn't love her. Now it's clear that Harry doesn't love you? Okay, Indy, whatever. I'm happy that this one-sided relationship is just over with. I'm just happy about that. Okay? Because Indy's in this relationship all by herself. So we see her talking to Harry, telling him to come say goodbye because she's going back to Maryland. Then we see Harry, Lydia, and some cute guy at a different house. Lydia is acting like she cared about Harry. After she called his parole officer twice on him and snitched on him, now she's acting like she cared about him. She's talking about she's getting ready to go to work, trying to let the public know that she has a job. Girl, bye. And who's that cute guy, Lydia? Is that her boyfriend? Lydia have enough pull to pull somebody that cute? That's mean. I shouldn't say that. That's not good. But this cute guy's just standing there. He has no lines. So I wonder if he's going to get paid. I mean, they're showing his body, his face. He's on camera. I wonder if he's going to get paid. Throw a little $5, $10 here or there or something. Because he has no lines. He's not saying anything. He's just standing there like a statue. But he's cute. Okay. In his confessional, Harry said he loves Indy. And he doesn't want her to leave the state. He doesn't want her to leave the state. He wants her to leave the house, but he doesn't want her to leave the state because he wants to have easy access to her whenever he feel like, going over there, doing a little something, and come back over to his side of the state, go over this part of the state, have a little something, come back over to his. He doesn't want her to leave the state, but I'm pretty sure he wants her to leave the house. He said it's childish that she had her mother waste his time. Harry, you've been in prison for 4 years, sitting around wasting your time. You wasted your time for 4 years. You could have been out, getting a job, doing a career, doing whatever, living your life. But you sat in jail, in prison for 4 years, wasting your time. So you're used to your time being wasted. So what are you bitching about? Shut up. So he gets to Lydia's house, and him and Indy, they sit down to talk. And Harry asked her if she thought it was a good idea to let her mother come talk to him. Indy said, our relationship is a shit show anyway, so what's the difference? I couldn't believe she said that, but hey, more power to you, Indy. Harry said, you don't care about what effect it might have had? What effect did it have? Indy said, did you care about the effect cheating on me has on me? Indy is coming with it, isn't she? That was a good one, Indy. That was a good one. Harry said, what do you want me to do? Get you pregnant? And I don't understand why he said that. Maybe they cut the scene. Maybe Indy said something and they cut it out. Because where did this pregnant part come from? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to get you pregnant? Where did that come from? They're discussing her mother coming to talk to him. What is that? Anyway, and then him cheating. So, anyway, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Indy said, I just want you to be faithful. He asked her if she's going to keep in touch. See, he didn't address the be faithful part. He changed the subject to something else. He says, he asked her if she's going to keep in touch. He's practically pushing her out the door. And just when I'm giving support to Indy, this is what she says. She tells him she doesn't know if she's going to keep in touch. No, Indy, you should have said, hell no, I'm not keeping in touch with you. I'm moving on with my life. Screw you. That's what she needs to say. She said, I don't know. I'm sick of these two, okay? Then she said, when I leave, are you still going to see Terry? Who cares, Indy? Who cares? He can see Indy. He could see Jerry. He could see... Not Indy. He could see Terry. He could see Jerry. He could see Gloria. He could see Stephanie. Who cares? Let him see who he want to see. Y'all are broken up now. You're going back to your state. Leave this man alone. Why do you care if he sees Terry after you leave? I know it's a fresh breakup. And when a breakup is fresh, you can't just cut your lover off. But he has cut his love off from you from the beginning. You know, he doesn't love you. He just wants to use your body. That's it. That's all he wants from you, Indy, is to use your body. Anyway, Harry said he is not seeing Terry. Okay, Harry. She tells him he can't say goodbye to Coco. So they hug, and they hug for way too long for me. That hug was too long. He tells her to drive safe, and they both said, I love you, and Harry leaves out. Coco and Indy, they get in their car. Indy pretends to cry, puts her head down and pretends to cry. And I don't think an adult or a parent, this thing is crooked. should cry in front of a child. It devastates the child. It does. It does. But she wasn't crying. I think she was fake crying because she just put her head down for a second and pick her head back up, and she was fine. But I don't think she should have done that in front of her child. Pretend to cry in front of her child. It hurts a child. Don't do that. Okay, so then she pretends to cry and she picks her head up and she drives off. And I think she's probably going to get back online and find another inmate to date. Next, we see Harry in somebody's kitchen, and he's frying eggs in a whole bunch of oil. And I think he's also cooking rice. I think he even made toast. I don't know what's going on here. So he put it all on a tray with some flowers, and he takes it into somebody, and it's Terry. He takes the food into Terry, which I guess is his new girlfriend. I will say, though, Terry's pretty. She's pretty. In his confessional, he said Terry calms him down and Indy irritates him. So then we see Terry goes into the bathroom, and Harry goes to the kitchen, and he calls Indy. Harry's an idiot. I'm so sick of him. It looks like he's keeping his options wide open. Harry needs to get himself together. So the update is Indy still seeks advice from Anaris, and she has started talking back to Harry on the phone. Or she started accepting his phone calls. So that's the end of Indy and Harry. Thank the Lord. I don't want to see them on screen ever again. Do not bring them back. Ever. I'm done. I'm tired of them. This thing is crooked. Let me move it over. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm going to leave it away. I'm going to leave it the way it is. All right. Next couple, Taylor and Chance. So we see Chance packing a lame picnic basket. He's putting juices and look like candy bars and stuff from a box in this picnic basket. You know what I like in my picnic basket? Fried chicken, bread and butter with some cheese, maybe some crackers, some grapes, some cherries, some strawberries, wine, water. He's packing juice and candy bars and pudding pops and well, he's trying, and he's packing it for the kids. So, hey, I guess he's trying, right? Then he's applying his skills that he learned in kindergarten. He has some glue, some glitter, some scissors, and some construction paper, and he's making signs. And he has tiaras. But you know what? He's a man after my own heart, because guess what? I love a picnic on the beach. I love art and crafts, and I love tiaras. I wear them sometimes on my videos, but they rip my hair out, so. Anyway, Chance and Taylor, they go in to pick the girls up from school, and they drive somewhere, I guess downtown to wherever. Where are they at? They in Texas or someplace, wherever they drive to someplace, and they get on this horse-drawn carriage, and I've always wanted to go on a horse-drawn carriage. Always. That's one of my things to do list. On my things to do list, yeah. So Chance, for me, he's batting 1,000. He's batting 1,000 right now for me. Because that's one of the things I've always wanted to do. Get on a horse-drawn carriage. Anyway, they get on the carriage. The girls put on their tiaras, but the girls, they're not happy. One don't want to wear the tiara. One is crying because she burned her mouth with some hot chocolate. And the other, the oldest one, she looked like she want to take the reins and she wants to drive the carriage because she wants to go where she wants to go. So the carriage guy pulls over. Chance and the girls, they get out. And they leave Taylor in the carriage to clean up. And Chance and the girls, they go over to the side, and he tells them that he's going to propose marriage to their mother, and they need to hold up these signs. And again, the girls are not impressed. They just want to go home and jump on the couch. That's all they want to do. Meanwhile, the carriage driver wants Taylor to feed his horse candy. All right, who think that the carriage driver was being sexual? I think so. He wants her to feed his horse candy. Am I the only one that feels like he was being sexual? I don't know. But anyway, naive Taylor, she feeds the horse, the actual horse, candy, while the carriage driver sits there and watch intensely. He's just sitting there watching her. I don't know about this carriage driver. So Taylor is stroking the horse while the carriage driver just sits there and looks on. I guess he wants to be stroked. I don't know. I don't like this carriage driver. Something's up with him. He creeps me out. But anyway, Chance is calling to Taylor, telling her, come on over here. And the kids are whining that they want to go home. They're cold. Those damn kids. I think it's just a total shit show. So finally, Taylor goes over to where Chance and the girls are. And he pulls out a ring, gets down on one knee, and he says, will you marry me? At first she goes, no. And then she says, I'm kidding. Yes, I'll marry you. Of course I'll marry you. So they hug and they kiss. And then all of a sudden, we see some cheerleaders cheering. Where they come from? Hell, I don't know where they came from. And then Chance is yelling, she said yes. She said yes. So Chance gave the little girls their promise rings. Then they all hugged it out. In her confessional, Taylor said she is worried to tell her sister Bobby about the engagement because she knows that Bobby will say it's too soon. All right. So that's the end of that. The update is Taylor and Chance are planning their wedding. Chance still wants to move Bobby into the garage. And that's the end of Chance and Taylor. Next up, Radine and Rick. Okay, so we are at Radine's father's house. And that house is junky. There's pots in the sink. There's dishes in the dishwasher. There's crap on the counters. There's crap on the table. You'd figure if you know you're going to be filming in your house and it's going to be on national TV, that you'd clean up your house a little bit. But no, not Radine's stepmother. She ain't cleaning up none. She said, this is the way I live and this is the way it's going to show on TV. Hey, that's it. Instead of helping her stepmother clean up, Radine is in the bedroom, in bed, ignoring calls from Rick. And I guess she's still mad because last episode, Rick called her wife a pet convict. So Radine goes into the kitchen where her stepmother she's cleaning the hell out of the stove. She's cleaning the hell out of that stove. I think she needs to call up Kayla and give Kayla a block of instruction on how to clean a stove. Yeah, shade. Anyway, Radine goes in the kitchen to talk to her stepmother. And she tells her stepmother that her and Rick are not compatible. Yeah, now that you're out of prison, you and him are not compatible. When you were in prison, y'all were compatible. And he was sending you money. Then y'all were compatible. Okay? Right? Okay. Anyway. The stepmother told her, he's good to you. He'll buy you stuff and take care of you and get you out of my house. Well, she didn't say all that, but I'm pretty sure that's what she was thinking. Anyway, Radine told her that Rick deserves someone that's not in love with someone else. Now all of a sudden she cares about what Rick deserves. Now that he's getting on her nerves, calling her wife a rat. Now she's distancing herself from him, saying, oh, he doesn't deserve me. Girl, bye. So she sits down with her stepmother and she tells her that her and Kay are married. And the mother asks the question I have been dying to ask. How does that happen? How does two convict women marry each other? So Radine, she finally spills the beans. She said her marriage is by proxy. and proxies when you're not there, but you can marry. Somebody's absent. One of the marriage person is not there, and you can just marry by just words on a piece of paper. Anywho, she said she went to the courthouse while she was in the halfway house and got the document and signed it. They both signed it, I guess, and notarized it, and boom, they're married. I did notice Dean was wearing a wedding ring set, but I think she was wearing it when she got out of the prison. I'm not sure, but I did notice earlier on that she was wearing a wedding ring set. She said they got married in October, which was before the Thanksgiving scene. So they were married then. That's why she was shown. That's why she had her sitting at the table on the phone, FaceTiming her. She said she hasn't told Rick because he's going to say she was using him. And you were using him. She said she didn't use him. Everything he did for her, he did on his own. She didn't ask him to do it, which is a lie. Because the very first time we saw Rick, he was talking to her on the phone. She was still in prison. And she said, "Did you get my stuff?" She wanted to know if he got her stuff for the halfway house. So you asked him to get you stuff for the halfway house. Then we saw him buying lingerie. You asked him to buy lingerie. He didn't know what to buy, what to get. And he was sending you money. I'm pretty sure you asked him to send you money. Heifer, stop it. Just stop it. She said she's afraid he's gonna say that she was using him. But at the beginning of the season, she was telling us what a badass she was and how she lived her life risky and all this and all that. But now she's afraid to tell this 50-year-old man that she's married to a woman or she's married to somebody else. You're not afraid to tell him. The producers don't want you to tell him because the producers want you to drag it out so they'll have enough footage for the end of the season. That's what's going on, girl. Stop. So anyway, the next scene is we see Rick and his best friend / roommate Ramona at their house singing karaoke, and Rick don't sound that bad. He's not a bad little singer. He's all right. His voice is decent, but they're singing karaoke and they're having the time of their lives. Boy, that was cute. That's a cute little scene. Next scene, Rick and Radine, they meet up at a bar / lounge. Radine asks Rick, what does he want from her? Why did she ask him that? Just tell him you're married and shut up. What are you asking him that for? He tells her that they had plans, but when she got out of the halfway house, things changed. She told him that she tried, but she loves someone else. So I guess she's trying to tell him that she tried to love him. She tried to be attracted to him. She tried to make the relationship work, but she just loves somebody else, so she can't make it work with him. Then she tells him that she is married to Kay. Rick said, wow. She tells him, I am not what you deserve. He said, yes, I know. He tells her that she did not appreciate him. She tells him that she is sorry. And that was the best thing she could have ever said to him. I'm sorry. So he said to her, best of luck. They hugged it out. In her confessional, she said if things does not work out with Kay, then Rick is her backup. She said Rick will never leave her alone, and she said he is not going anywhere. She's so sure of herself. Okay, the update is Radine plans to live with her parents while she waits for Kay's release, which could be anywhere between 2024 and 2036. I want to know, what the hell did Kay do to get such a harsh sentence? The update with Rick is he is still single. and he and Radine has not spoken. I wonder how long it's been. This update's been since they last saw each other, though. You know, maybe a month. Who knows? Anyway, that's the end of Radine and Rick. Next up is Lacey and Antoine. We see Antoine and Lacey driving to go meet up with Antoine's mother. They're going to her house for dinner, actually. And while driving, they discuss the mother's drinking and his mother's health. They get to the house and come to find out Antoine has sisters and a brother. I thought he was the only child. And even the mother has a boyfriend. He's black and he's young. Wow. But you know what? Antoine's mother is not a bad looking lady. If she stopped the drinking and the drugging or whatever she's doing, she'd be out, she'd look really good. She's not a bad looking lady at all. So they sit down to eat Chinese takeout. And they're discussing Antoine like he's not even there. They're asking him questions about him getting out of prison and how it feel being out of prison. And, how is it living at Lacey's house. And he's on the phone. And then they start discussing him. And his mother tells him to get off the phone. Get off the damn phone. And listen to what we're saying. And he tells her he's not listening. He doesn't want to listen to what they're talking about. Because they're talking about him. I don't blame him. I don't know why I'm always on Antoine's side. But I don't blame him. He goes to have dinner at his mom's house. And they're talking about him. Come on now. He doesn't want to talk about his prison sentence. He don't want to talk about being in prison. He don't want to talk about the problems going on with him and Lacey. Talk about the weather. Talk about something else. They're discussing him and his life. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't want them doing that to me either. Anywho, his sister tells him he's being rude. And Antoine doesn't agree with anything Lacey's saying. She's saying, I don't know what she's talking about. She's talking about he's disrespectful, he's ungrateful, he's this, he's that. Girl, how you going to sit there and complain about him right there in front of his family? I don't like that. I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. Anyway, Antoine's tired of it, so he goes out on the deck to have a cigarette. And then they just continue talking shit about him. While he's on the deck, he told the producer that they are stressing him out. And they are stressing this poor man out. Just got out of prison. Antoine said it's uncomfortable people asking him questions. I agree. They want to know what he's going to do now. How does it feel being out of prison? He don't want nobody asking him all these questions. He's tired of that. The mother and Lacey, they're in the kitchen and they're talking badly about Antoine. The mother is telling Lacey that she doesn't think Antoine will treat her right. Well, Antoine, he can't win. Lacey tells his mother that Antoine acts ungrateful. They're just talking shit about this man. Leave this man alone. The mother tells Lacey that Antoine is talking to girls and she saw the text and that he has never been faithful to any of his girlfriends. They just keep talking shit about Antoine can't win. He can't win. They just keep talking. They talk shit about him to his face. They talk shit about him behind his back. The mother told Lacey that Antoine can be a dirtbag. But this poor man, he just can't win. He cannot win. He can't win with his family. He can't win with his girlfriend. So the next scene, Antoine and Lacey, they leave the mother's house and they're driving back home. While driving, Lacey tells Antoine that his mother told her that he is messaging 50 different girls. Antoine denies it. He says it's a miscommunication. So Lacey apologizes to him for having too much of a high expectation for him. Antoine said, what expectations didn't I do? What expectations did you have for me that I didn't do? Lacey said, I expect you to love me. Antoine said, I do love you. Lacey said, how do you show that? He said, how do I not show that? How do I not show that? That's a good comeback. I like that. How do I not show that? She said, how do you show love? And he said, you don't feel like I love you? So they start arguing back and forth, back and forth. And when Lacey pulls up in front of the house, Antoine gets out of the car and he tells the producers that he is done. He removes his mic, he walks in the house, and he shuts the door. And meanwhile, Lacey's still sitting in the car and she's wiping tears from her eyes. I don't feel sorry for Lacey. She is chasing this young boy, man-child criminal who has no ambitions, none whatsoever. What does she want from this man? What does she want from him? What does she expect to happen with him? Anyway, a message come across the screen that says Antoine and Lacey refuse any further filming. So the next morning, we hear Lacey talking to the producer. She basically says that she is staying with Antoine because she doesn't want him to relapse back into drugs, and she thinks it's best for him if they don't film anymore. But I think I heard that he went back to prison. I'm not sure. I think that's what they said. Somebody said he went back to prison. Not sure. Anyway, their update is Lacey bought a new house. She and Antoine are expecting a baby November 22. That's the end of Lacey and Antoine. Next up, Kevin and Tiffany. We see Kevin at his friend's house. They're drinking beers. In his confessional, he said he hasn't heard from Tiffany and he's given her space. He also said that he misses Tiffany. He says he misses her because she is easy to talk to and she accepts him for himself. Then he contradicts himself. Then he tells his friend that Tiffany blew up easily and she didn't give him a chance to explain anything. But I thought she was easy to talk to and she accepts you for who you are. You just contradicted yourself, so shut up, Kevin. So he calls Tiffany. And Tiffany she has an attitude. She said to him, "What do you want from me, Kevin?" So Kevin told her he misses her and he wants to sit down and talk with her. And Tiffany basically told him, "No, I'll talk to you some other time. I ain't talking to you right now." She says she has a lot going on and she doesn't want to talk. And she don't have time for his bullshit. That was that. And I'm glad she did that because Kevin needs to learn that you can't play around with women. Women are not playthings. You can't jump here, jump there, and do it with this, do it with that one, and then have this one living with you and pretending to be committed to this one. Kevin, if you don't want to be in a committed relationship, that's fine. But don't be in a committed relationship and then jump around from women to women and expect them to understand and want and accept that. Okay? Don't do that. Okay? So then Kevin's friend told Kevin that Tiffany is right for leaving him. I mean, she's in a relationship with him. She's living with him, and he's talking to other women. What woman want that? So Kevin agrees. He agrees that Tiffany's right. That, she's living with him, and then he's talking to these other women. He agrees. But in his confessional, he says he loves having sex, and he does not know if he can be faithful. Kevin, all I got to say to you, if you don't want to be faithful, then don't get into a committed relationship. Jump around, sleep around, do whatever. But if you love sex and you just want to have sex with women, you're a grown man. Do what you want to do, but just don't get into a committed relationship with women. Don't do that. If that's what you want to do, it's a simple thing, Kevin. Anyway, the next scene, Kevin and Tiffany, they meet up at a restaurant for dinner. Kevin tells her that he missed her and wanted to see her. Tiffany told him that he lied to her. He lied to her and said that they're going to be in a committed relationship and he's not going to see anybody else. So Kevin said, "You didn't expect me to talk to..." He said, "You didn't expect me to talk to other women?" And Tiffany told him that she expected him to cut the other women off once she got out of prison. And he told her that he tried to cut the other women off. But then she did that. She pulled that mess with Curtis in the halfway house. Kevin told her that he has a problem with being faithful. At least he's being honest with her. And Kevin suggests that Tiffany get a girl, and a girl that she wants to join them in the bedroom. And come to find out, Tiffany likes the idea. And that's the end of that. Their update is Kevin and Tiffany has not found a partner for their threesome yet. Curtis and Tiffany no longer talk. And that's the end of Kevin and Tiffany. Next up, Chaz and Branwen. So we see Chaz and Branwen driving. They are going to go to Branwen's, go to get Branwen's stuff out of storage. Branwen tells Chaz that her stuff is in storage at Courtney's house. Chaz is perplexed. He said he thought the storage was a regular storage, not at Courtney's house. And it's also Chaz's last day in Portland. And they still have not consummated their marriage. I think Chaz is an idiot. This man is going broke, giving this girl everything, and she won't have sex with him. He's married to her. She won't have sex with him. And I don't understand how she thinks she can marry somebody and not have sex with them. How do you marry someone and not expect them to want sex? So they get to Courtney's house, and Branwen is getting her stuff out of Courtney's garage, while Chaz goes into the house with Courtney to have a chat. And Courtney gives Chaz tap water to drink. Tap water, Courtney? Really? You don't have bottled water? You don't have a beer? Some gin? Something? I couldn't go to Courtney's house. I'm not coming over there, Courtney. Not me. I don't drink tap water. Tap water tastes disgusting. Anyway, insecure Chaz asks, he says to Courtney that Branwen has a lot of male friends. He asked Courtney if him and Branwen ever dated. Courtney told him no. But Chaz is like a dog with a bone. Chaz told Courtney, you text her a lot. He said, what's up with that? Why are you always texting my wife? Courtney said, are you trying to tell me I can't text my friend? Chaz, he's not backing down. Chaz told him, quit texting her so much. And then Courtney tells the camera that Chaz is insecure and Branwen is going to chew him up and spit him out. Courtney tells Chaz that he feels like he is losing a good friend because Chaz is taking Branwen to Kentucky. Chaz told him that he is trying to get Branwen away from her old lifestyle. And then Courtney gets offended. He said, so I'm trash? I don't know. Maybe they cut the scene because where did that come from? He's saying he's trying to take Courtney out of this lifestyle and put her in a better lifestyle. Why is Courtney saying, so you think I'm trash? Where did that come from? Anyway, Chaz assures him that he doesn't think he's trash. That he just wants Brandon. He doesn't want Brandon going down. That he wants Branwen to go down the right path. You're boring to me. I'm just tired of them. The next scene, Chaz and Branwen, they go to his hotel room to consummate the marriage. And I'm shocked. What? They're getting ready to consummate the marriage? Whoa. In her confessional, Branwen basically said that she does not like to have sex sober. That's what she basically said. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, they go into the hotel. They get into the room, and Chaz has panties and bra, lacy black panties and bra laid out on the bed. I guess he knew he was coming back to the hotel room to consummate that marriage. So they get on the bed, and they're kissing. Then she jumps up, and she starts to cry, talking about she has fake cry. Talking about she has anxiety. Chaz, what you need to do is get an annulment, take your butt back to Kentucky, get back out online and find somebody else to date or to marry or whatever. Because she's never going to have sex with you. Never. And she's not coming to Kentucky. She's not. So she tells me she wants to go home, pack, and go to bed. And that's what he did. He took her home. Their update is Chaz is waiting for Branwyn to move to Kentucky. Branwyn's PO has not approved the move yet. She is working on her relationship with her daughter. Whatever. Last but not least is Kayla and Martell. So we see Kayla and Martell in the apartment. And for once, they are not arguing. Wow. They're having a one-day confinement party. Or a first-day confinement party. And everybody's showing up. His mother, his two cousins, and some guy showed up later. I don't know who the guy was. So, you know, they say a little prayer. They're drinking something, or what they're drinking. We don't even see them eating anything. So one cousin is in the bedroom talking to Martell about his wedding. And he's talking about, what wedding? What are you talking about? I ain't planning on getting married no time soon. And the other cousin is talking to Kayla about the last argument she had with Martell. And the cousin is giving her advice on how to handle a disagreement with Martell. So after the little get-together / party, everybody goes home. And Martell and Kayla, they go into the bedroom to do what grown folks do. And their update is Kayla wants to have a baby with Martell. She hopes he will pop the question soon. Martell is on home confinement and he has no plans to propose. That was the end of this season, and I'm so glad it's over with. Thank the Lord. This is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.